Snakes are arguably one of the most feared creatures in the world. Even the most intrepid of us would be scared to encounter some of the species that are alive today, like the king cobra or the deadly mamba. It lived in what is today Mexico and reached its peak at around 40 million years ago. The full name of this beast was Titanoboa cerrejonensis, and it truly deserves its name. The species of Titanoboa was discovered in 1998 by a paleontologist named Jorge Garcia. Most experts agree that there was a mass extinction that wiped out a massive amount of species around 36 million years ago. Today, if it still existed, it would be considered a reptile. Despite being related to snakes, lizards, turtles, and crocodiles, all belong to the group known as reptiles. But they are technically not animals, but rather belong to a category all their own called sauropsids. We're pretty sure that you don't need to know what any of that means, but if you do, then good for you. But some say that it wasn't a mass extinction, just a regular occurrence when species evolve and adapt to their surroundings. If it attacked us, there's a good chance that we would have lost. Be sure to subscribe and come back soon for another awesome video. See ya. But because it doesn't exist, we don't have to worry about it now unless it evolved into something even bigger and meaner, in which case we'd have even more problems. It would have been the top of the food chain, meaning that it would have been hunted by no one except humans. Maybe humans have a history of hunting large animals for sport, so it's likely that someone would have wanted to try and hunt down a Titanoboa, possibly with a bazooka. Either way, the Titanoboa died out along with many others. It would make for quite the trophy, although getting it back to camp would be quite difficult. Still, there's a good chance that the Titanoboa would have managed to avoid being hunted down by humans, since humans weren't around during the time when the Titanoboa lived. We don't really know how they would react to our presence. Maybe they would ignore us, or maybe they would see us as nothing more than prey. He found fossilized vertebrae that were different from other similar fossils he had seen before. We would have absolutely no luck trying to outrun it, so we'd have to try and hide from it. But where could we go that a Titanoboa wouldn't find us? Maybe we could try hiding underwater, since snakes cannot swim. But they can float on the water as surface, and they could very easily drag their massive bodies through the shallows after us. They were thicker and larger. After doing further research, it was estimated that the Titanoboa weighed around 1,100 pounds and reached lengths of up to 56 feet. To put that into perspective, that's about as long as an adult blue whale is wide. And while it didn't stick around for the ending of the Cretaceous period, which saw the death of the dinosaurs, it did go extinct, or did it? What if the Titanoboa never went extinct? Would we be able to fight our way past its massive bulk to survive? Or would we be crushed beneath its colossal weight? But those snakes are small fry compared to the largest snake that ever lived, the Titanoboa. The Titanoboa was a monstrous reptile that reached length of over 50 feet and had a girth that could only be compared to that of an elephant. First, let's take a look at what the Titanoboa actually was. It's believed that the Titanoboa was a constrictor, meaning that it killed its prey by squeezing it rather than by poisonous bite. Its teeth were more suited for crushing bones and were similar to those of a modern-day alligator. It ate turtles, crocodiles, and fish. Evidence has shown that it lived in an area that was once a large swamp. This is also where the dinosaur species Tyrannosaurus regina lived. The two species may have even coexisted for hundreds of thousands of years. But why did the Titanoboa go extinct? Well, it's not entirely clear. But what if this wasn't the case? What if the Titanoboa still roamed the earth? Anyway, back to our giant snake. If the Titanoboa hadn't gone extinct, it would have been an apex predator. And while it would certainly take some time to kill such a huge animal, eventually the snake would have been defeated. If it chose to attack, it would be almost impossible for us to escape its coils. All in all, if the Titanoboa hadn't gone extinct, it would have been a serious problem for humans. Do you think you could defeat a Titanoboa? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.